Come on, mom, 22 grand. I stay dripping on fam. You losing my mind. You come in my mind. You don't like what you'll find. You getting real. I used to spark your seal. That's how I know you feel. I flood your wrist. That's what your meal. Ducking the ops. That's Navy SEALs. All right, what's up, guys? We're back with another episode of Behind the Artist. Today we got Pennsylvania artist NANDI. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It was good, everybody. I feel the love. I feel the love.
Man, NANDI, it's good to have you on, man.
And I'm glad to be here. Thank you for having me, dog.
All right, so normally as I get people on and have guests, I normally start off with this question, man. Take us through your musical journey from the start to the end. Yeah, loaded question, but we're gonna take you all the way through.
So do you want? How do you want me to do it? Like, you want me to a short story, like, because then I'll take out less details.
Keep it long. We got all day, man.
All right, so I'll take you right before I got into music. What had happened was, back in the day, I mean, I grew up in the street and stuff like that, and I heard what happened was, back in the day, there was people in a circle rapping.
Yeah.
And in the circle, but just listening. But I didn't know that it was a cipher that was going on.
Mm-hmm.
So it was going one by one by one. And before I realized it, I was like, oh, snap. Am I going to have to rap? And all my boys looked at me and they're like, go ahead. And I'm like, damn. I'm like, I never rapped before. So I started rapping. And when I was done, people were like, yo, bro, you could rap? And I said, I didn't know I could rap, but I guess I can now. It was like, from there on, I mean, I didn't take it serious or anything. You know, I just rapped here and there, and I started back rapping. And back when YouTube got big back in the day, they used to look up instrumentals and used to battle people in the comments section.
Yep.
So I would battle people in the comments, going back and forth and stuff like that. But later on in life, you know, I went away from the music, and I became a street racer. And when I was a street racer, I used to race out in Philly. In Jersey, I had my own car club. I would throw my own underground car meets and stuff like that. And we used to race all the time on the street. But I did that for a couple of years straight. But what had happened was, I went to a car meet in Philly, and I happened to got into a car accident. And when I got into that car accident, it made me realize things like, damn, this lifestyle ain't for me. Like, I'm in a situation right now. I had so much money. I had so many cars. I blew it all. And on my cars, like, I had to get rid of them, or like I was just going through so much stuff, and I'm like, damn, like,
man,
what am I really gonna do with myself? Because the only thing, if I keep on street racing and stuff, I'm either gonna get locked up or killed, because I've been in multiple car accidents before. So after that, after I realized, it's like, yo, what am I gonna do with myself? You know, it's crazy, because taking it back to where I first started, I used to write rhymes in a notebook. And that notebook, I had it in my room the day I was trying to figure out what the hell am I going to do with myself. It was either go to the military or figure something else, but the military ain't seem right. So I seen that notebook in my room, dusty. Yo, so much dust on it. And, bro, when I swear to you now, and I tell people this all the time, like, when I touched that notebook, I had like a vision for like a split second. And it's crazy. It's like I see myself on stage, and I couldn't see the people, but I heard everybody just chanting my name, Nandi, Nandi. And boom, the vision went just like that, bro. Disappeared just like that. Wow. And I was like, I know what I have to do. And from that moment on, bro, crazy from there. So when that happened, I was like, all right, I'm going to give it music a shot. I'm going to take it serious. I'm going to see how it goes. So I started looking around for studios locally, and I actually ran into Bean's manager. You know who
Bean's on Rhythm and Flow.
Yes.
For real.
She's actually,
that's dope. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, keep going.
Same city from where I'm at, bro. She's dope. Straight fire.
She's straight fire. That's dope.
I've been listening to her music before. It's cool because I love seeing the progress of artists before they blow up.
Yeah.
And I think I listened to her music before she blew up to where she's at, and it's dope. Yeah. Phenomenal. Shout out to Beans. If you ever watch this video, shout out to you, girl.
Hey, yo, if Beans is watching this podcast, we doing well.
It's gonna happen. Manifest it, bro. Manifest
it.
So I ran into her manager, and which is Red City Mix.
Yeah.
And he had multiple cars for studios, and I told him, I said, look, I'm new, I'm just starting, and I'm trying to find a recording studio to record to, because I have found another studio beforehand, and when I went to that studio, they messed up my music. I didn't like how they mixed and mastered nothing. It sounded horrible. So when I went to
Do they
him,
do that? Do they do that without your input?
it was like I was waiting. I recorded the tracks at their studio, and I waited. They had me waiting for like 2 months to get a track mixed and mastered.
Nah, yo. I release music and ain't no way.
That's
Ain't
what I'm
no
saying.
way. 2 months?
How, how long does it take a track to get mixed and mastered? I'm
That's
like,
what I'm
yo,
saying. Either they didn't prioritize you or they just messed up. They just but continue, man. My bad. I just
I think it was they didn't prior to tongue twist.
prioritize you. I got you.
Yeah, I'm gonna just go with you how you said it. Yeah, I think it was that, bro. And like I after me constantly hitting them up, they finally sent the track and it sounded rushed. It didn't sound like they took the time. And to be honest, it just sounded like they threw slapped a quick EQ and just did a reverb and like, here you go. I'm like, bro, really, bro. So I got fed up that's when I went to Beans' manager and I hit him up. I mean, I talked to him. I said, yo, I need a studio because the one that had my music, they messed it up. And he gave me 3 or 4 cards to choose from. He said, look, I'm gonna explain to you what I'm looking for, and then you could tell me which one of these people you got. And he told me all these studios, and I picked out one card. And this one card I picked out was this engineer named RDM. Shout out to RDM, who I am working with right now. It's my dog. Much love, much love. So I picked out this card, and I called the dude. I said, look, I'm looking to record my music. When are you free or available? So he told me when he was available. I came and I met him. The dude, he had some edibles. So it's like when you meet somebody at first, you're like, he was very like quiet. And for me to get to his house, he had a lock. And the lock, once I came into the house, he locked the house. It had like a chain with a lock. I'm like, oh snap.
Oh nah.
Yeah, I'm like, and he didn't say nothing. I was like, yo, it's the studio. He's like, yeah. I was like, all right. So here's the kicker part. So I'm like, damn, like what I got myself into. The dude give me the right card. He was like, yo, the studio's downstairs. So I gotta go into a basement where there's no lights. Yeah. I'm like, snap. And he already chained the door to get. I'm like, oh snap. He was like, yo, go down the steps. I'm like, all right. I down the steps. I don't see nothing. Pitch black. He was like, yo, so go through the door over there on the left. I'm like, damn, yo, this dude ain't really talking nothing.
No, he really.
He got his hat down. I can barely see his eyes. Dude is quiet as I'm like, oh man, this is it. My whatever this music career, it ain't for me. That's it. My career is about to be done right here. Yeah. Straight up. So, but the moment I opened through that door, he had the whole studio set up, a nice home studio. And I was like, I ain't dying tonight. Thank God.
Yeah, bro.
So we sat down and we started working on music together. He had recently came from New York. And from there, I loved how he recorded my music. I loved how he mixed my music. And he was actually willing to build with me. He wasn't even charging me. That's the crazy part. He heard my style and he was like, bro, like, if you're serious, let's do something. I was like, I bet. So from there on, we started recording music, and he had taken me to Illmind's party at the time in New York.
Illmind, yeah.
Shout out to Illmind.
Yeah.
So Illmind was throwing a party. I think it was during the week on a Tuesday, Wednesday, something like that, right?
Yeah.
And A-Rap Music was there. Who else was there? There was I think the producer from Maybach Music. There was a whole bunch of people. Oh, Justice League was down over there. Like, man, this party was crazy.
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope.
When I was there, right, I was seeing all these producers play every single beat that they had ever made live.
Dang.
And just being in New York itself, like, you gotta understand, when you go in New York and you're surrounded by nothing but music heads that have a love for music. Yeah. And because hip hop is a totally different culture. I'll tell anybody any day. Going to like a trap concert and going to a hip hop, totally different.
Yeah, you know what? I 100% agree with that for sure. I think there's a difference between rap and hip hop for sure.
For sure. Totally different.
Yeah, but man, see, you went to this party, and what happened from there? See, you still working with RDM, right?
Yeah, so I'm with RDM and J7. J7 was another dude with RDM who does EDM music. So we did together, and I'm like, yo, I gotta get up on this stage. Like, A-Rap Music is gonna perform soon, and I want to see the A-Rap Music play live, and Illmind's on stage. So there was a back door, and security was there, and I'm like, shit. So I gotta wait. So I'm here waiting, I'm waiting, and the security guard opens the door and walks in, and I slip my foot to the side of the door. I waited at least like 10 seconds. As soon as 10 seconds went by, I went in the door, went onto the stage, and A-Rap Music was just coming out to the stage. I was like, yo, A-Rap Music was good, bro. Let me take a picture with you. I took a picture with him. I got the photo too. And he starts playing live in front of everybody. I never seen somebody's fingers go so fast on an MPC. And Betty, it was on 2 MPCs he had set up. He was playing on 2 MPCs at the same time. Bro,
that's wild.
Mind blowing. Bro, crazy. And I seen Illmind playing his music, and I'm there literally on stage with Illmind and A-Rap Music, bro. That night, seeing all these producers, meeting all these artists, I was like, yo, that moment, I knew that the path that I was on was the right path. I had a feeling that I had never felt before, you know?
Yeah.
It's like a blood rush, like a adrenaline rush, and it feels so great. And from there, oh, man, bro. So from that, ever since then, I had was trying to figure out different things, and RDM was gonna go to school to New York for Institute Audio Research.
Yeah.
For engineering, and I'm like, damn, maybe I should try to expand myself and try to be more than just a rapper. Like, I want to be able to sit in a studio and able to understand what's going on and how to better help my music.
Yeah. You see a lot of the greats doing that. You see like the Coles and the Kendricks. They know at least everything. They may not be masters at everything, but they know everything, and that's good. I think that's great. I think that's great to know.
Mm-hmm. And it's good to know what's going on with your music at all different types of aspects, because how better are you gonna improve unless you don't fully understand?
Yeah, and I definitely think, going back to what you said about the other people that messed up your music, man, you'll know exactly what you want from somebody. And when you have that knowledge behind you, you know exactly what they should be doing, and you know exactly what you should be doing and what you need. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's awesome. So you've been on this is a crazy story, man. It's still going too. That's crazy.
Oh, it's still, bro. It's about to get better, bro. I've been in the game 4 years, bro.
Let's go.
So RDM, bam, goes to New York. He's like, yo, I'm gonna go, and I wanted to go too. I checked out the school. I seen all the plaques they had from working with DMX, Jadakiss, like all these famous artists in the school. Yeah. The plaque got me, and I was like, yo, I want to do this. But the problem was 2 things. The school was expensive, and New York is expensive.
New York is mad expensive.
Bro, mad expensive. Like, it's crazy because this is what happened. I called my grandmother in Florida. I said, look, grandma, I know we have family in New York. Can you please contact them to see if I can rent out a spot? Whatever. They said no. Yeah. And I found a spot, but they were charging $1,500 for like a 10 by 10 room that I had to share a bathroom with everybody in the facility. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, yo, I'm about to be broke or homeless trying to go to the school.
In New York, of all places.
Bro, it's crazy. I'm like, damn, because I love New York. I love walking around. I just love being.
I mess with New York too. I've been there a couple of times. My mom used to actually live there before she came back home. Yeah, it's nice. It's perfect.
It's beautiful especially for music artists. You will definitely run into a lot of talent. So what happened was, my grandma said, look, we gotta we contact all the family. They're not gonna be able to they don't have no room, but if you want, you can come out to Florida and you can try to look for school out here, and you can live here for free until you find yourself a job, and then you could just help us out with the rent and stuff. I was like, bet. That same week, I told my job, I said, yo, I'm leaving, I'm quit, I'm done. That my flash day is
this was the turning point, man. This is the climax right here. This is where you decided.
So I was like, yo, I'm out. I literally packed whatever I can in two suitcases and whatever I could fit in the car, and I bounced, went straight to Florida, drove over there.
Yeah.
So I got to Florida, and when I was over there, I was like scavenging around for different schools. I looked at Full Sail, but Full Sail, it was way too much money. I'm like, there's no way I'm gonna spend all this money to go to school, because if you look at everybody who's made it in the game and stuff, they never even went to school, you know?
Yeah.
That's what a lot of people got to understand, because I see a lot of kids who go to different schools to do stuff and they end up in debt, and they're not able to focus and do what they want to do because they're trying to busy pay off the debt.
Yeah.
And I was like, nah, I'm not trying to do that. So I found a school in Florida, and they were called First Institute. So I went over there. I learned everything I needed to know about engineering. And then in the process of me being over there, I found out that there's a spot called Austin's Coffee. And that's where rappers from all over the states come together, and producers and stuff. So I'm here spitting all the time. I'm networking and stuff like that. So how am I going to tie this in right here? All right. So between the school and the rapping, right? The school gave me a connection where I was able to build stages for famous music artists.
Oh,
so
okay.
So between the school, I started going from there, and I started traveling to different states.
Yeah.
Traveling to different states, like if I did stages for Beyonce, Jay-Z, Justin Timberlake, Pink, you name the artist. If they had a big concert in a stadium or an arena, I probably done it. I built their stage, did the lighting and all that stuff.
Wild. That's dope.
So I've been traveling all different states, and me getting that experience alone and seeing the artists, because I was one of the only people who were able to stay there and then watch them perform and stuff.
Yeah.
So me being able to witness and seeing the artists perform, it only filled me up more. The fuel, the fire started burning even more. I'm like, yo, I gotta go after this. Like it's crazy, because I'm there in the stage where the artist is performing at. I'm literally right there, the crowd, the back of the artist, everybody. I'm like, yo, this is what I gotta do. This is what I gotta do. That's always in the back of my mind. So between that and then me performing every night, Austin's Coffee, shout out to the whole Set Gang South and everybody over there. Me networking over there landed me a spot on the radio station, and they had my single playing for 2 months straight on 98.5 The Wire. Shout out to them.
That's
so
crazy. That's dope.
Yeah, they had my single playing for 2 months straight over there. And they did live interviews with me on the radio station for like full 45 minutes. I was like, yo, this is crazy.
How did that go for you? What was your takeaway from there, from that experience?
Well, the very first time, anything when you do anything at first, bro, my heart was pounding, nervous. Because it's like this is the first time. Like, I'm not used to it. I don't know what to expect. And it was making me really nervous. But once you got through the first few questions, it was just natural to me and stuff like that. But I loved it. I loved it. Like the way you're asking me how I started is literally how the interview with them was in the radio station and stuff. So it was great. I love
it. Hey man, if that's how the radio station went, I'm glad I'm asking them questions, them same questions. You know what I'm saying?
You're on the right path, bro. The way how you started, they asked the same way. How did you start? Who did what or whatever? It's great.
Yeah, no,
and then before I knew it, they had me well, who really introduced me into the Freestyle Fridays on that radio station was Mad Ills. Shout out to Mad Ills. Mad Ills, he started Grind Time. Ever heard of Grind Time?
Nah. Give that to the audience too. Explain a little bit for the audience.
If I'm not mistaken, Grind Time is the first battle rap league that started everything for all the other leagues.
Oh, and it started all those joints on Caffeine and all those joints online.
I don't know about.
There's like a show now. I've seen it on I don't know if it was TikTok or whatever. I saw it on Instagram or TikTok, and like they got battle rap shows now. So I'm sure that's probably what started it. Keep going.
If you watch like anytime with the battle rappers, if they've been rapping for so many years back in the day, when they play old clips, the old clips usually come from Grind Time.
Okay. Yeah, I got you.
Like literally the first battle rap league before other multiple battle rap leagues came out, like Smack and URL stuff like that.
Smack and URL. Yeah, I got you.
don't quote me on it, but I think he was the first battle rap league. I'm not 100% sure, but you can actually look him up. He'll pop up online. Brian Time will pop right up on Google and stuff like that. So he actually introduced me to the Freestyle Fridays, and from there I was freestyling every Friday on the radio station and stuff like that. So that was a dope experience for me. Very great. I have videos and also flyers. Like to see my name on a flyer, freestyling on Friday, 98.5 The Wire, bro. That just more fuel burning.
Yo, that's crazy. That's so cool, bro. I can't even begin to explain how dope that is,
bro. Like I said, everything is like when you know you're passionate. I think in life we go through so much stuff just to find out what we're passionate about. But once you find out what you're passionate about and you're able to focus 100, it's just nothing but like stuff just keeps good stuff keeps on going. It's like it's like a motor. You turn it on and it just keeps on going and going and going and going. It's like it's nonstop. It keeps on going.
Yeah.
But bro, so then where was I at? So between the whole radio station and building stages for famous artists all over, like everything was going great. Then with the whole COVID hit, once COVID hit, I couldn't work no more because I was building stages for all the concerts.
And there's no concerts.
Yeah, and bro, I got so mad because I usually every year I usually do WrestleMania. I build the whole WWE.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah,
where was WrestleMania at this year? They were supposed to be at this year.
Oh, well, they was in Florida. They were supposed to be in Tampa, but they moved it into Orlando.
Oh, okay.
And they moved it in a small building, and that's it. Usually every year, like I'll build the whole full setup, the ring.
That's crazy.
Bro. Like I said, I besides music events, I also build huge events such as WrestleMania. I do Super Bowl. I will build stuff up for the Super Bowl. Private events, like I did a private event for the NFL. What is it? The New England Patriots. They had a private party where they brought nothing but celebrities down, like Jamie Foxx, McMill, like nothing but celebrities and stuff. Like
that's dope.
All stuff like that. So when COVID had hit, I was kind of stuck. I was like, damn, I got no job right now. And while I was doing music and stuff like that, I had ran into somebody. Well, not ran into somebody. While I was working building the stages, there was a girl that I was connected with, which her name is Mandy Rose.
Yeah.
And we did songs with each other here and there. And she knows that I had stopped working. And she was like, yo, bro. I said, yo, what's good? She was like, yo, why don't you come through my crib during this COVID? Because we all thought COVID was only going to be a month or two.
Yeah, I mean, bro, that's what everybody thought. And then, I mean, you know what happened. But yeah, keep going.
She was like, yo, why don't you just come over my crib and let's make music? Like during this COVID, like you ain't working. And I was like, I bet I got money saved, racked up. So from building all the stages and stuff. So I was like, what? Let's do it. So we there making music every day. We formed a group after doing so many songs together. And the group was called Lucid Dreams. So we doing music, whatever. And she was like, yo, let's move to Atlanta. And I only been at her crib for like 2-3 months. I'm like, let's move to Atlanta. She's like, yeah, let's go to Atlanta. I'm like, all right, let's do it.
Yo. All right, so y'all going to Atlanta. Okay.
So I'm like, I bet, let's do it. Like, well, it's Atlanta. Like, I feel like I did the most in Florida, or at least in Orlando, because the problem is, I feel like in Florida, the only spot that's really big for music itself, I think, is Miami.
Yeah, Miami.
But the problem is in Miami, if your music ain't like party music, I don't think you're really gonna necessarily blow up over there. Yeah. Or if you're a Spanish artist, if you're a reggaeton artist, then you're good. But in English world, it's like if you ain't doing like no party music, I don't feel like my type of style music was gonna make it there.
Yeah. And you know what's crazy, man, is that you went from New York, music capital. You go down to Miami a couple of times, or people who from Miami see you. That's another big music spot. Now you're going to Atlanta, where is one of the biggest right now. Like that's crazy, man. You going crazy. All right, keep on. And you went to Atlanta.
With my job, I was traveling all over, making connections with people in. I was in New Orleans. I was in Nashville, Tennessee. Like I was traveling to different states, connecting with people all over. So that helped me too in the process. What I was doing pretty much when I was traveling too as well, like I was taking music from different places that I kept going to because I was so into hip hop and growing over here on the East Coast, all I really knew was like how to rap my type of style, which is what I grew up over here. But once I started dabbing into different states and listening to different artists and how they rap and flow, that's how I started. My music started changing little by little,
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
know?
yeah. I think that's when a rapper transcends is when they can break that state barrier because
Mm-hmm.
there really truly is a state barrier between every state. Every state has a different type of rapper, they have a different type of sound. You
Mm-hmm.
can hear the Tennessee twang in their songs. You can hear the New York hard like hitting like the beat. You can. I think that's also another thing you can tell by the beat that it's an Atlanta song or a New York song. You know, but yeah, that's awesome to be able to transition your own style like that. You know,
Mm-hmm.
that's dope.
So so she was like, all right, let's go to Atlanta. So we moved to Atlanta to her uncle's crib. Her uncle crib had an extra room in the basement. Shout out to Uncle PJ and Titi. I appreciate y'all for letting me have it over there. They're my family now. I call them Uncle and Titi. So,
There you go.
Iris. All right, so we got the spot in the basement, and it's me, Mandy, and her wife. We all were living together in the basement and stuff like that. I got my music equipment. We're making music, whatever. And Mandy, she does her music distribution through Sound Republica, which is a music distribution in South Korea.
Okay.
So her music is distributed on over there. And when we signed up as Lucid Dreams, we did the distribution contract with South Korea, and me and Mandy kept doing music together and stuff like that. And then what happened was we had a song and we needed a feature for the song. And Mandy was like, "Yo, I'm gonna send a track to South Korea to Sound Republica to see if we can get a Korean artist featured on the track." I was like, "I bet, cool. That's dope to get a different
Yeah,
artist,
yeah,
like
that's real dope.
capture a different audience. Let's do it." So we send the track out. The Sound Republica, they found an artist for the track. The artist sent his vocals, recorded, and we loved it. We're like, I bet. We made the cover photo and we sent them the song and the date we wanted to have them release it. So we sent the song gets released, right? And like a few days later, I'm on the Spotify and I'm like, why is the numbers going up? Like I thought like I thought like Mandy, like, or somebody, like, I was like, there's no way that these numbers are going higher and higher every day. Like, I'm not understanding why these numbers are going up. It wasn't making sense to me. Like, numbers literally started going up a lot. And we get an email saying, hey, your track just made it number 42 on the charts in South Korea. And we were like, what?
What? Yeah, yeah.
I was looking at the email. I was like, hold on, wait a minute. I was like, nah, this can't be right. Let me look at the email again. And I was like, oh, snap. This makes sense. Like, I called Mandy. I said, yo, did you read the email? She's like, what are you talking about? I said, bro, we made it number 42 on the charts. She was like, what? I was like, bro, like, I'm about to kiss the next person I see in the supermarket walk right past me right now. That's how happy I am, bro. And she was, yo. So super excited.
That's
And
awesome,
yeah, because we can literally, like, I can say that not only I made it on the radio station, but I made it on a music chart and I made it in South Korea on number 42 on the spot. And the crazy part was what made it so exciting because on the charts we seen, I think like 44 was Beyonce, 42 was Bruno Mars, and we were like, yo, we're on number 43. I don't care what nobody says, but you see Beyonce and
yeah.
Jay-Z right
Yeah,
there.
don't matter where. I don't care where it is. That's crazy.
That's
That's
what I said.
awesome.
I don't care. We made it on 42 on the charts. We lit. That's all I want to say. We made it, baby. Yeah, like we said we did something, we did it.
That's
So
awesome.
super excited about that, right? So
Mm.
then from there, me and Mandy keep doing music and stuff like that. But the problem was I was having at the house, there was too many people in the house.
Yeah.
And Mandy was working with a label. Like she was starting to work with a label to start from the ground up. So she started focusing more on that. And then it was kind of hard for me to do music because between her having a meeting in her room and then her wife having another meeting in the other room, and then people walking in and out the
Yeah,
house
yeah, that's hard on you for sure.
night, I couldn't record music. I couldn't have the music loud. I couldn't get into my zone.
Yeah.
And it was killing me. I was like, damn, like, yo, what am I gonna do? Like, yo, like when you don't do something you love, you start to get depressed,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
because music's something I'm passionate about. So what happened was I had gone to Pennsylvania to come out, visit my family. It's been a while since I've seen them, just chilling, hanging out, just doing music, whatever. But when I came over here, people were like, yo, Nandi was good. We see you doing all this stuff. Like, yo, let me know if you need a photographer. Let me know if you need a videographer. Like, all these people noticed that I've been doing for the past few years, and they were willing to help and build me out, like help build everything together. So I was like, damn, like, yo, all these people willing to work with me, producers, everything, like,
Yeah.
ready to. I'm like, damn, like, I have all these people. Like, should I just stay out here? Should I just go back to Atlanta? Because the problem is, while we're in Atlanta, since the COVID hit, there's nothing but everything's shut down.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's closed by 5 o'clock. All the clubs and everything shut down. People are riding and stuff. I'm like, yo, there's nothing going on in Atlanta. And we thought
Yeah.
that this COVID would be gone by now, but it's still going on and nothing's going on. So I figured, I was like, you know what? I think I'm just going to stay out here in PA and I'm going to see how everything goes. I'm just going to move back home where I'm from.
Yeah.
So I told Mandy, call on the phone. I told her, I said, yo, I think I'm gonna move back to PA, do my thing, because she's busy doing her own thing and stuff like that. And I was like, I'm gonna do my own thing. So I'm gonna come back to PA. So I came back to Atlanta with my car, picked up all my stuff in the car, and drove back to PA. So then over here, once I got over here to PA, then I started building a team together. And RDM, since he came back out here, because he was in New York for a minute and he was working in major studios over there in New York. So I come over here and he was working at a studio, but he had quit from that studio. And he said, bro, I'm going to build my own studio and I'm going to need an engineer, another engineer. I was like, let's do it. So right now he's in the process of building his professional studio. It's going to be opened up at the end of November. And then I already have, there was a dude who built my logo and his name is Flex. And for years, like, he's very nice at making designs. Like, his designs are crazy, but he never puts nothing out. So I had sat down with him because he's a very antisocial person. I'm like, bro, like, yo, what's going on, bro? Like, what's up? How come I haven't seen you put no clothes out or anything? Like, it's been already since 5-6 years since you put anything out. Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, bro, I'm just still trying to figure stuff out. Like, I need an investor. I said, what you mean? He's like, because everything's expensive. I'm trying to look for somebody to help build with me. But a lot of people locally, they don't want to do nothing, and they're not about it. And I was thinking about it. I was like, damn, this guy is really good at designing, and I'm an artist, so I can easily, with the clothes that we make together, I can easily wear it in my music videos, have other people wear it, and people will start buying it, and that's a profit, and it's a win for me. And it's also a self-advertised, and it starts building for there. So I told him, I said, bro, I'm down. I'll be your investor. We'll do this 50-50. He's like, bet, let's do it. So now I have a clothing line that I opened up called Focus and Peace. We have the website, Big Legit, and we have models and everything. So it's great. It works phenomenal. So between
I was looking at your Instagram. I saw the clothing brand. I was like, damn, those are some tough pieces. I was like, those are some cool pieces. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, dog. Like, he's really good at designing, and I'm good collaborating. Like, I'm not a designer, but I'm able to collab. So in meaning, like, he had put the Chinese words in the back of the hoodie, and he had put a samurai in the front with a circle. I said, bro, all right, so why don't we add on the sleeves? Let's add the sword and the stars, and then on the circle we'll add Focus and Peace. And he was like, damn, bro, I didn't think about that. So he mainly designs, but I help collaborate to make the final man. So we already have a new set of clothes that are coming out. We got models that we're taking over to a different city. We got a condo, and we're gonna do a whole photo shoot and everything with the models. We're gonna shoot a music video with the clothes and everything, and that's in the works right now. That's next week actually.
That's
So
awesome. That is
yeah, I
awesome.
came back home. I've been building a team together because now with everybody that I've been working with back over here, back at home, and that's willing to build with me, what we plan to do is starting by like next year, we'll see how the COVID if it hits harder or less. But with everybody I'm working with, we're gonna start traveling to different states, recording in different studios, and I'm bringing everybody with me, the models, the photographers, everybody, so we can
Yeah.
actually go out and start networking, and people will start to notice us. They wearing my clothing line and everything. So
Yeah. That's dope,
mm-hmm. So
man.
that's what it is right now, bro. That's the current right now.
I tell you what, man. You got a story. You got a story, right? It's still going and it's still being written.
And I shortened it down. There's a whole lot more, but I had it short. I just brought out the main stuff. The main stuff.
Damn, yeah, you got a story behind you, man. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit more about the clothing brand, man. Like what inspired you to really get into that clothing brand, man? Like to just venture into that aspect as opposed to any other ones. Just does clothing is that a big part of you or
Well, it's I realized that um as an artist you need to have a brand, you know,
yeah.
and a lot of artists don't understand is that you as an artist you're kind of a product and you're trying to sell something to the consumers, which is your music. And nowadays we have a lot of streaming going on, so there's no CDs or anything physical that people can have really, you know.
Yeah.
So every artist should at least have some type of clothing or product that people can have that supports them. And when I seen my boy, I believed him. I believe in my boy's talent because hands down, like I never seen nobody with his design skills ever. He is that nice, and I was like, I have to do something. It just you always got to go with your gut feelings, and my gut feeling was like, yo, you have to work with him, like you have to do it. And I was like, I went with my gut feeling. I'm like, yo, bro, let's do it. And it's crazy because, believe it or not, with the clothing line, I have made a whole lot more money than I had made with my own personal music. Because, like I said, at the end of the day, it's about branding. And if you give people like something they can wear and that looks dope,
Yeah.
that's it. Even if like the clothing line, there's nothing related to me musically wise, so it's not like the clothes just has my name on or anything. My name or nothing is not on there, but
Yeah.
it's good because people are gonna wear it who don't like music or do like music or not. They're gonna wear it regardless because they like it. But then when I associate it with music, people are gonna buy it because they liked it because of what I was
Yeah,
wearing.
it's just you're funneling from two ways. You funneling from the clothing aspect, and then from somebody sees you and wants to wear that, so they're gonna funnel it from there. That's a really great that's a great business decision, man. I think that's a good thing to see, you know, because
It is.
a lot of people aren't on the business side of it yet, and
Mm-hmm.
you
And a lot of artists got to understand, like, if you want to make it in this game, you got to know the business because you do not want to sign a contract that you sign your masters or you end up in debt because that $1 million you took, that $1 million was for you for to pay back, and you. But the thing is, you don't have the money because you gotta understand there's a lot of royalties behind each track between the producer, then that's the royalties right there. But then you got the label taking publishing or doing all this other stuff, and you got to understand. You need to understand the business side aspect if you want to make it. If you want to be a long-lasting artist, you got to know the business side.
Yeah, you
So
know what, man? You just in the small time that we've been talking and I'm getting to know you, man. You've given me a lot of information because I don't know if I've ever told you, but I'm also an artist. I'm in a band called No Clue, and the way that you're speaking of networking is the way we are trying to network. You know, like trying to branch out into these different brands and different clothing lines and stuff like that. And we're just getting going, but we're just trying to branch out like that. But could you give some advice for anybody listening? So to your audience, the people that like you, that are trying to make music, the little kid that likes voices in my head, which y'all will hear a little sneak peek of. What when they like the song, but they want to be in music, and what would you tell them? What would you tell them? How would you tell them where to go?
um, when you're starting out and stuff like that, I would say first thing first, make sure. you're getting into music because you're passionate about it. I see a lot of artists I have ran into a lot of artists that are not passionate about it. They only just in it literally for the money and the fame. And that kind of separates you from different artists because listeners can tell the difference between a J. Cole to, like, I'm not gonna say no other person who is in the industry that's only worried about money. You can hear the difference.
Yeah.
J. Cole is an original style, and you can tell that he loves doing what he's doing, or Russ, or all these other artists, you know?
You can hear the passion. You can hear the passion for sure in all of
That,
their music. No matter if you don't like J. Cole's music, you don't like Russ's music, you can't deny the passion though. Like you can't.
that man, see, a lot of artists actually look up to Russ because Russ literally does everything himself and engineers, produces. He's literally, believe it or not, Russ has changed the game. Believe it or not, he is
Yeah.
an independent artist that does everything himself.
I 1000% agree. As much as people hate his music, I mean, I like a lot of his music. I don't like some of his music, but you cannot deny that man's what he has done for the game is instrumental to how people
Mm-hmm.
independently go about their business. You know,
You got
him
it. At the end of the day, you have to give the man his respect. At the end of the day,
for
he
sure.
he set he set a road that people are following now. He made a lane that people are
Yeah.
following,
Yeah,
and you
yeah.
and
Him, Chance. They started with that mixtape wave, and then they turned it into independent artistry and put it out on Apple Music and Spotify, and found a way to really branch out like that. Like and I think that's so dope. You know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm,
I think
mm-hmm.
that's so dope. But
Yeah.
yeah. So is there anything like the failures that you had? I mean, we didn't really talk too much about those because that's not the best thing. But like the failures that you had, what would you warn people about that are just starting out? Like if you had just found somebody that just got in the game, what are some things you tell them to worry about? Some warnings.
Um, a few things is like watch who you surround yourself with. That's always whether it's music or not, because there's gonna be people whether you realize it, but they're gonna drag you down or stray you out of your path. You know, there's whether it's like a regular friend, you gotta understand, like, this could be that one friend that always wants to party, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you gotta understand, when you surround yourself with somebody who always wants to party, you're gonna end up wanting to go and party and stuff, and it takes you away from your path. So there has been times where, like me first starting out, because with the whole street racing, between the street racing, I was always partying in the clubs and stuff like that. At the
Yeah.
very, I was still wanted to do all that stuff, and it kind of slowed me down a bit instead of progressing me. So that's one of the things. And another thing is, no matter, I gotta tell any, I mean, my bad.
Yeah, you
uh,
good.
is that no matter how long it takes, you got to keep on pushing forward. If you see no progress or not, like, it didn't take me until 4 years for me to actually see results. You gotta understand, to when it's your time, you will see it pay off, because it takes a bit when you're it just takes a while. When it's your time to be ready, you'll be ready to get where you gotta be. So you gotta understand, and life shows you things, and it's preparing you to get where you gotta be. You need to learn all these life lessons that you are taught and apply it to what you know now, and in order to progress. So
Man, that's awesome, man. It was so good talking to you, man. Is there any parting words for the audience or anything coming up music wise? Anything that you want to speak out on?
Um, usually every month I drop a single. So if you guys follow me, you will hear a track from me, at least one track a month. I also drop every month. Maybe I just started a thing called 60 Seconds and Gone, where I'll drop a video of me spinning a dope verse with some visuals in 60 seconds, and that's it. And what else? I mean, I'm always dropping content. That's something another artist should definitely understand too. Be active with social media. You have to constantly post and be annoying. If you're not annoying
You're
and
not doing it
constantly
right.
stuff, people are not gonna take notice. And that's why I know people probably hate me because I post every day, but it
Yeah.
catches people. So
So I think anybody listening right now, pull out your phone. I want y'all to go follow Nandi's World 7. NANDIS WORLD 7. This man is dope, man. There's nothing else I can say. This was better than I couldn't even imagine, man. Thank you. I want to just thank you so much, man.
Yeah, no doubt.
Thank you to all the listeners out there. This was Behind the Artist with your host Tyler Tabor and guest Nandi. Let's get to Voices in My Head, man.
Do something tragic. This situation may be a little hard to manage. I know you're not doing well, no need to be asking. I know the rage you're feeling, so let's cause some havoc.
See nothing but just darkness. My preparation is off, going chaotic, gradually breaking up.
Go ahead.
All right, so this is one thing I forgot to say. When I was traveling to different states, I was in Nashville, Tennessee. And I was building something for Ashton Kutcher, right? And somebody had came up to one of my employees like, yo, there's this music video. You got to go in Nashville, Tennessee. I said, whose music video is it? It's MGK's and Yellow Wolf's video. I was like, what? They were like, yo, you should, if you want to come through, I got all the information for you. I was like, I bet, let's do it. So I had all the information. But we were running late because we were building Ashton Kutcher's setup and stuff like that. So I told everybody, because I was in charge of a whole bunch of people building the setup. I said, look, if you guys want to come be a part of this music video, you guys got to hurry up, get dressed, and we got to bounce to the music video set like ASAP. You guys got 5 minutes. So as soon as the Ashton Kutcher thing was done, I drove everybody to the hotel, all the employees that was with me. I drove them to the hotel. Boom. I said, you got 5 minutes, you got to dress in all black. Everybody came running down the steps with like, they're trying to put their shirt on, trying to put their pants on, like trying to rush because they know this is the NGK and Yellow Wolf video. So we get in the van, drive off to the music set, right? Pull up. And it's about 7 o'clock. The video started at 5, right? But there's a whole bunch of people there. They're like, oh, the video didn't start, blah, blah, blah. I was like, all right, whatever. So we made it on time. But we had to wait till about 10 o'clock until the video actually set. So when 10 o'clock came, bro, that's when DJ Paul from 3-6 Mafia came out and Yellow Wolf came out. And the music video, they told us like, yo, we're going to be jumping off into the crowd. So just to make sure you guys catch us when we jump off the crowd. Music video starts. I'm on top of a 25-foot, I forgot what it's called. I'm on top of a thing. Let's put it like, and I'm chilling with this guy's boy, Yellow Wolf's boy. It's a country dude. I forgot his name. He had his own TV show. So he was like, yo, bro, I'm gonna jump off. I said, dog, I'm jumping off straight with you so I can be in this video. He's like, let's do it, bro. So the music video starts. You see MGK jump 20 feet off in the air into the crowd. Boom. Yellow Wolf is on top of a center platform up in the air. He jumps about 30, 35 feet in the air. Boom, into the crowd. And I'm like, I'm going for it. I jump right into the crowd. Boom. And then you see me in the video. I'm there with NGK and Yellow Wolf in the music video, crowd surfing and everything. And the video came out. If you guys haven't seen it, it's called NGK, Yellow Wolf, DJ Paul, Rowdy Boy. I'm in that music video crowd surfing with them. That joint is fire.
That's dope, yo. That's dope.
Apart like the Arctic, I lost weight, make me human, which is my conscious constant battles I'm battling very often. Temptation, doing what's wrong, left with no options. Anger builds up rapidly.